today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback. They go play action here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. 2nd and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing after the interception, Platt. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Operating from the gun, Platt. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On third down, Platt. And that will be incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Well, this is something we have seen before. Those super long-distance field goal attempts, you worry about trajectory of the ball because they've got to kick it so far they don't necessarily pop it up in the air real fast. And then you got to worry about your offensive line trying to get those hands down and out of the air so they do have an attempt to block it.
Yeah, tough to tell, but you just know from this distance over 60 yards, it's going at a low angle.
It has to start off just so it has the distance to...
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Greg Ward, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Now Parkey for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been...
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
That's just the start, baby!
And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Now Parkey for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fields this way up at the 17. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Platt. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Philly. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Throwing is Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Parkey for the extra point. Look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse.
And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're
open, man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw on second down. Platt, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now Parkey for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Platt. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Platt. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's brought in by Harris. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown! Greg Ward with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Parkey adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now, after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Platt throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. Ooh, the juke. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our tour, the trip up to Toronto, Canada, and it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. The Ravens still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we'll visit the other team in Texas as we head down I-45 to check on the Texans at home in Houston. And they trail the visiting Bills in that ball game at halftime. The Bills seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And this one incomplete. Oh, a dangerous throw. Nearly picked off in the end zone, but instead second down. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw again is Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the gun on third down, Platt, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Platt, he finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw on second down. Platt. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Off play action. Platt. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Oh, Wilson going to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Philly. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Philadelphia, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.